Today we're going to learn how to sample in the Ableton Push 2. So first we're going to go and access our DAW, which is Ableton Live 9 here, and we're going to go into options and select preferences because we want to make sure that our audio interface is selected because we're going to use our audio interface to record into Ableton Live. So we have the Osio drivers selected, and we have the Soundcraft USB audio Osio drivers, which are the drivers for my audio interface. So everything is fine there. So we're gonna go back to the push, and now we're gonna press and hold record, and then we're gonna select our audio track. And once you select your audio track, it will be armed. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna point out this right here. You're gonna make sure that you have some type of a signal coming into track number 3, which is the track that I selected, which is my audio track. And you can see my voice is moving in there, so everything is working fine here. So next, I'm going to select the source. The source I'm going to sample will be my turntable, and my turntable is right here, and I have something on here, so I'm going to make sure all my levels on my turntable are correct. So you're going to make sure that all that its loudness is there. We're getting a signal. So we are. So everything is fine there. So the next step, we're gonna go right back to the push 2, and we're gonna press the fixed length button because you want fixed length off so it does not loop. That's very important. Then the next thing you want to do is set the tempo to something that is not double time. That way you'll take advantage of the audio warp features that Ableton has. That way things won't loop so fast, because if you start with double time, like 130 or something like that, and you slow it down, the sample itself will become more granular. If that's something that you want, then that's fine, but it'll be better if you go in single time. So yeah, set your tempo lower. Now that everything is working, I'm just gonna go ahead and start the sample by pressing record. And then just press play once you're satisfied with what you've recorded. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is press the convert button on the push 2, so that way you convert it, and then select simpler so you can further manipulate the sample itself. So it will take you to classic mode, so you'll see like start and end. What you can't see is my encoder, so I'm just gonna adjust the start and the end times here to what I want. Press the accent so you can hear the sample itself. So as you can see, the sample is already stretched out and all that. Again, you can just further manipulate it for what you want. Again, just mess with the start time. If you want to make the sample itself louder, you will go into one-shot mode and mess with your gain. So that way you can see it visually. Now I'm going to go ahead and let you see that on the DAW itself. As you can see, as I mess with that encoder, it is getting louder. So I'm just messing with it and, just seeing what I want to do. I'm probably going to adjust it some more. And now I can set it in the slicer. The slicing mode, one thing I do like to do in slicing mode is go into the different playback. So I just mess with the encoder that's adjacent to playback and set it to like through mode. Now, if I really want to adjust anything in terms of the sample, I can just press on that, and there's a nudge feature, and you just go to the encoder that's adjacent to that, and mess with that chop, and you can rinse and repeat. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and unarm that track because I don't need it anymore. Oops. I'm going to unarm that track. And then I'm going to check the metronome, turn on the metronome. I'm going to make sure that fixed length is back on. And then I'm going to press and hold fixed length and make sure I have it on either 4 bars or 8 bars or however I'm going to do. I think 4 bars for single time BPMs will work here. So here we go. Oh, quick tip. When you go and you press and hold quantize, you can turn on recording quantize if you want. And then you can adjust it however you want. And let's record. Probably just bring in some hi-hats. I select my hi-hats and then I load them. And then here we go. Let's record those hi-hats. Now from here, I'm just going to go ahead and just add some drums and see what I like. Let's go ahead and give that a roll. If you want, you can go a little further. One of the things I like to do is just go into session view, and seeing that I already have the sample itself chopped up, I'm just going to go ahead and go to another track on there, go to another clip, and then lay it out. Just go back into note mode and All right, so we got some more progress here. I guess, last but not least, let's be a little typical about it, right? And just add some of that knock. Alright, so you hear the 808. I can go in there and fix the 808 if I really didn't like the, if I want to edit it. And I know some people like to edit their stuff in there. So I might just drop it down. See how that sounds. And that's basically about it there. So, you just, I guess, play with it in session mode, see how things come together, and see how you really like it. So. All right, here we go. All right. Gonna bring everything back in, the drums and stuff. You can mix up the stuff with the samples too. Mix it up. Take everything right back out. All right, I hope that was helpful for you guys. I know it might have been a little bit longer than it's supposed to, but that's basically sampling in the Ableton Push 2. Hopefully I didn't leave anything out. I know I have a tendency to do such things, but just leave a comment and tell me if that's helpful and if you have any issues or whatnot. Again, you do need an audio interface. The Ableton Live, or the Ableton Push 2 does not have an audio interface built into it. So yeah. Thank you guys for your time. I'm about to drop this beat one more time for y'all guys.